Oh, guys, if the stream, you can turn off the stream because we are going to have the YouTube video again, and the music seems to be glitching. Just turn the music off and the media on.
Hey everybody. Hi. Good to see you all. Welcome to day 3 of the Circle Mental Health in collaboration with the Belisseria Citizens Group here in Second Life. So far it has been an awesome weekend raising awareness. And we've been hearing from all kinds of people, Virtual Ability and Lighthouse and myself from Circle Mental Health, and it's been a blast so far. So much information, so much resource sharing, and of course, everly important information. But also, I'd like to think we've had an element of fun. All right, so day 3, and I don't want to repeat myself too much, um, but of course, I have a wealth of gratitude for everybody involved. So, of course, I would like to thank the guys at Belisseria for hosting this event. Without those guys, we wouldn't be here in this wonderful place on this beautiful sunny day. And I would also like to thank the guys at Space Unicorn Productions for putting on what is an amazing show and have the tools and the technology to allow me to broadcast via text to voice, which is a tremendous achievement in Second Life. Yes, pioneers. Good job, ladies. So yes, as I said, uh, my name is Sherry, and I today am with Circle Mental Health. So, brief description before we get on. Um, If you see here to my right, you will see on stage our freebie corner and our information kiosk. Our lovely Cora, our marketing director and talented creator, has made us some t-shirts, some mugs, little hats, rugs, some goodies, something to take home to remember us and our event. Also, in that token, near that table, we have our group joiner. All right, please, please, please join our group if you like, and picking up what I'm putting down here today. Please join the group. Um, and yeah, also, if you are joining the group, over yonder at our booth at our second Circle Mental Health satellite store. Under our group joiner there, you will see a little gold gift. Now, bribery will get me everywhere, so please, please join our group and grab that gift, especially from us, as a token to thank you all for being here today and being awesome and listening to everything I have to say. In addition to that, we have, hold on, let me activate it. We have a fishbowl, which I need to reset. There we go. Let me activate that. Chasing my tail today. All right, so we have a fishbowl brought to us from Circle Mental Health and, of course, Res Room. All right, if we're not familiar with Res Room, they are an amazing creator of companion animals, holdable animals, fun things. So they've kindly, over the course of the weekend, offered us three 1,000 Linden note cards. So because we're 2 days down, one to go, I have one left. Left for some lucky winner. So if you want to be in a chance with winning that uh, Res Room gift card, please hop in that fishbowl. Already we've got 4 participants. I'd like to see more. It doesn't matter if you were in yesterday's or the day before's. Please, please hop into that fishbowl for your chance to win that third and final gift card brought to us by Res Rooms. All right, so bribery, gifts, presents out of the way. Let's crack on, shall we? So I want to give a huge thanks to everybody in the audience who has already joined me this weekend. And I'm sorry that I will be somewhat repetitive, but sadly we can't help that because we are forever having new faces, people dropping in and attending. So yes, please bear with me. I know that my team at Circle Mental Health have heard it from me millions of times. And also our dedicated followers and attendees to this meeting. So once again, I do apologize that I'm having to repeat myself. So here we go. Um, I have no speech prepared. None. Okay, completely unscripted. Because I felt over the course of this awareness weekend that repeating from um, various websites, quoting various websites, various learned people online, um, it gets me nowhere in what I'm trying to achieve here in Second Life, and obviously discussed here in SL what it is we're trying to do here, what it is we're trying to accomplish. Alright, so I hope you can bear with me and my ums and ums and just a second. But what I do have to say is very important. Alright, now I will try to keep up with your questions. I will try to keep up with anybody chiming in local. But I'm pleased to say that today we are going to be discussing further more important topics with regards to mental health, and they are, of course, PTSD today, post-traumatic stress disorder, and OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Thanks, Lala. Make some noise. So before I do that, I want to take the opportunity, all right, to reach out, say hello to those who are joining us today, and I will be going over who we are, who I am, what we're doing here, and yes, once again, um, let you know that we are here. I do have a donation teddy here to my left. Nobody is under any obligation to click it. Nobody. However, it does go a long way to keeping our lights on and being able to operate the organization. All right. So again, day 3. Circle Mental Health was founded sometime around May 2022. All right. Um, I had founded Circle Mental Health after the aftermath of not one but 2 mental health organizations sadly disbanding and closing down. Okay, I'm not a speaker. I have never managed or been director of anything in my life. Never. I come from a humble background and my education in real life is minimal. I haven't been to college. I haven't been to university. Shock horror. Shoot me. I am, though, a peer of mental health. Circle Mental Health is completely community based. We are a community. I like to think of us as a family, as a team. We've come a long way, some of the guys and I. Some of you out there have followed me and migrated with me since the beginning. All right, people who have, you know, packed their bags and picked up and gone off from all these closing organizations onto new ones, sadly again, that had failed. And we find ourselves here now within the protection and confines of Circle Mental Health. As I said, I never wanted to be a director. I never wanted to be at the helm of an organization. I was a wallflower. I preferred to stand at the backseat driving. But here we are, and I am the proudest person. So damn proud, you have no idea. But here we are, and we're all mucking along, trying to do a service to people in Second Life who cannot reach out for help in real life due to either financial issues, health insurance issues, prejudice issues, all that kind of stuff. So we are here in Second Life to offer that olive branch, to offer that hug, to offer that chat. And in some cases, yes, things get very serious. People who are in real crisis, people who are crying profusely on voice, people who are devastatingly heartbroken, people who feel misunderstood, people who feel less than, people who are treated badly, people who are kicked when they're down. We all know how that feels, don't we? It goes beyond that. I cannot count in these years that I've been involved in a mentor capacity how many times someone has been in crisis, someone who has been in pain, someone who is screaming inside or outside for that matter. It is my job, our job, the job of the community to offer a safe place to all. A place to come and vent. A place to come in absolute confidentiality. A place to come and have a pixel cup of tea. A place to come to share your darkest, most deepest fears and moments. I like to think that my team at Circle Mental Health, be it mentors, events crew, marketing, buddies, I like to think that we are all responsible. We are all adults, and we know enough to meet someone on a rainy day and stick an umbrella over their head. Too many people in Second Life think that mental health organizations may be mistaken for role play, or a chance to hang out, or a chance to go dancing in some of the most prolific clubs in Second Life. Anybody that comes through Circle Mental Health's door is met with a person, is met with pixels, and are taken to a safe place where they can sit and vent. If they are in trouble, we remove the means and we stay with them until such times as real life help comes. We are not therapists, we are not doctors, we're not chemists, and we're not lawyers. We're just hand holders, willing to give their time in the safety of our space at Circle Mental Health. In extreme circumstances, it is okay to maybe talk in IMs, for my mentors to maybe mentor from the comfort of IMs. Not everybody wants to come and have a pixel cup of tea, and that is fine. But I pledge to you that Circle Mental Health is an institution, and not of the taboo or stigmatized kind. We are solid. We are strong. We have, in my opinion, the best people on our team. Through interviews and rigorous mental health packs and encouragement of resources, I believe my team to be the best and the most qualified for anybody coming through our door in crisis. I have thankfully gotten to know them all personally, and I spend a lot of time with them. And we do have staff meetings, and we do have a staff group behind the scenes whereby we vent. We are ourselves, we are in crisis. If I want to go into that staff group and cuss till the day is long, I will do so. And so will any of the other mentors, because that is what it's for, to express ourselves. Alright, so Circle Mental Health, exactly as we say on the tin, we are one-to-one mentoring. Anyone comes to us in crisis, albeit if they reach out in our group chats, if they come and utilize the mentor boards that we have available. They're not the prettiest of things, you know, it's not the most glamorous way, but that is what it is. You go in there and you see a list of boards of people who should be, who have promised me in interviews that they want to help people, that they are there to help people. They're not helping me. You know, nobody's impressing me. It's for the members. And that's something that we all need to be mindful of. Everybody, when they submit an application to me, is making me a promise. It's making themselves a promise. Making the members a promise. That they will be there to answer those calls. And it is them, the individuals of Circle Mental Health, who have chosen to donate their time. Now, time is the most precious of things. I don't need to tell anybody that. Time is so very precious. And that is a commodity that my mentors, events team, marketing, anybody involved, you too, Lucretia, anybody involved in the circle is giving me, giving the members their time. Do you know how important half an hour is to an hour for people who don't have it? So I want to give a big thanks to my mentors and everybody who works with me, who not only mentor, but also give their time, some of them once a week, to do our weekly meetings. Thank you very, very much for those donations. I really, really appreciate them. All right, on a happier note, I know it seems all doom and gloom, but on a happier note, I would like to say that we do host meetings, weekly meetings at the Circle. All right, we start off on a Monday with Daisy. And Daisy does our anxiety and depression meeting, which is a super important meeting. Because I don't know what the statistics are. I didn't jump onto YouTube before I jump on mic to check what they are. But I'm willing to bet that anxiety and depression are up there. Probably, I don't think there is any mental health condition that does not have a foundation of depression or anxiety. They all go hand in hand. Alright, so super important meeting on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. with Daisy. Get yourself there. Tuesday, we have the LGBTQ plus support meeting with Jaden. Can't begin to tell you how important that is for people. What support that is for people. Whether it's due to prejudice, stigma, unkindness. Go and see Jaden on a Tuesday. Talk it out. Exchange views. Fight. Alright. On a Wednesday, we have a general support meeting with me. And co. Yes, so the general meeting is just that. It's a general meeting where everybody is free to do and say whatever they want. There is structure, granted, but it's a place to come and vent. I do my favorite party piece, and that is high lows for the week. Very simple. It means that people come along on a Wednesday and they share their highs and their lows of the week with me. High could be their daughter's graduated, their grandchild's got their first tooth. Their low could have been that they've had a fight with their neighbor. They've been unable to contain their emotions, and they feel they've made a mess of their week. Could be anything. The loss of a pet, heaven forbid. Could be anything. But they come along on a Wednesday and they share. And I get the opportunity then to get to know them, to hear their week, so that the following week I'm there to say, hey, did this improve for you? How was your week this week? So that people who come to my meeting feel as though they've been heard and understood. And you would be surprised how many thankful people there are who come in my box and say, oh my goodness, you remembered. You remembered my dark day last week. For me, there's no greater feeling. There's no greater feeling to be there for members' successes and hardships. You know, I talk about how Circle Mental Health is arguably one of the most important groups in Second Life because we save lives. It's about getting to know people. It's about getting to know your neighbor, getting to know your peer. And thankfully, on a Wednesday, we have the opportunity to do that. In fact, everybody has an opportunity to do that in our group chat or a one-to-one. Doesn't have to be on a Wednesday with me. You don't have to tell me. You can tell anybody you like. But we're here. And we're listening. Alright. On a Thursday, we have our addictions meeting with the lovely Jolie. Jolie has a wealth of knowledge and self-experience on addiction. Jolie doesn't type very well because she struggles with her hands. So she likes to use voice if she can. Every Wednesday night, Jolie spends 3 to 4 hours of her evening painstakingly typing out her activity or her topic for the next day, despite my pleading with her not to. Jolie puts in that time because she is incredibly proud to be there for anybody who is struggling with addiction. Every Thursday, faithfully, she is there, the same as other meeting hosts. She shares her experiences, she shows videos, she has people doing activities. But she prepares for that meeting 3 times as long as she hosts it. Jolie's a hero. She really is. So yes, on a Thursday, go see Jolie. Alright? Hear what she has to say. Round of applause for Jolie, although she's not here. Please. She's off visiting her son in New York, and she's super proud to be going to see him perform. Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on. A Friday. We have movie night with Cora. Yes. Movie night is exactly what it sounds like. We all sit around and we all chill out and we all watch a movie together. Again, thanks to technology in Second Life, we are able to sit down and watch a movie together in sync. Every week, Cora announces what will be shown, or most of the time she gives a poll, an option of what to watch. Alright, and this movie night is also a great deal, goes towards combating loneliness. You don't have to be a clique of friends to come and watch a movie. You don't have to know anybody there to watch a movie or to come to any of our meetings. If you like the sound of the movie, you could do with some company. You can attach some pixel popcorn, crisps, chips, chocolate. Come watch a movie with us. You're not alone. In this day and age, thanks to Second Life and other online platforms, nobody needs to sit alone at the telly anymore. And this is what we're trying to encourage here in Second Life. Big huge hand to Cora, please, for movie nights on a Friday. She does an amazing job and she spends ages fixing those little tents, making everything perfect. All right, so we kind of skip a day on a Saturday. I will get to the plans, but anyway, Sunday, currently, circle art with Luther and Anzu. Now, I went into a bit about it yesterday in yesterday's seminar. The videos are available in YouTube. Just type in Circle Mental Health and I'm sure they'll come up somewhere. Circle Art is run by Luther and Anzu. I believe Luther is among us right now. Big shout out to you, Luther. So it is as it sounds again. Come along, grab an easel. Res a piece, either your own or of someone who inspires you. Stick it up there. Look at everybody else's pieces. Comment on everybody else's pieces. Get feedback on your own pieces. Some statistics somewhere, I'm sure, will say that art and crafts and being creative is a good way of combating mental health. Gives us something to do. Gives us shakers something to do with our hands. I am so thankful for Circle Art, and I would also like to give a big congratulations to their recent showcase at the Chelsea Hotel here in Second Life. Their exhibition was awesome and they got a huge response. So yes, well done to you guys. Moving on. So, coming soon. Once again, Cora. Cora. And Emily, our lovely Emily, will be doing coffee mornings and afternoons, depending where you are in the world. The first one on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. SLT, more or less right after my meeting. There will be a coffee afternoon, as well as a Saturday at 10 a.m. Alright, come along to Circle. Come explore our land, come see what we do, and then finish off with a nice cup of Pixel coffee at our Lucretia's Cafe. Lucretia is always present and right there when anybody needs a coffee and a hug. Again, so thankful for Lucretia. Can I please have a round of applause for Lucretia? Because she is a very, very special person to our organization. She has been steadfast as a member. She doesn't have a title, she doesn't have a role. But from the beginnings of time and old organizations who have sadly passed on, she has been steadfast in providing a presence in the main houses, the main buildings of our organizations. She doesn't ask for thanks. She doesn't ask for anything. But she's there and she's with us. She likes to stand behind the counter in her cafe. She takes pleasure in manning our cafe. Nothing puts her up or down. She's always there with a song when I'm building or I'm stressing. So yes, Lucretia, so thankful for you. Lucky to have you. Alright, so on to the topic of the day. Before I go on, if anybody would like to be considered to become a mentor and share in this, to share in this special gift that we've been given in Second Life, and you feel that you could spare some time to be there for people in crisis in Second Life when they have nowhere else to turn. If you could be that person, if you think you are that person, please step forward. Click our recruitment board in our satellite and let us know. Because whatever mentors we have, it will never be enough. It will never be enough. Okay. So, today we are talking about PTSD and OCD. PTSD, before I start spouting literature, is one of the most ugly mental health conditions there are. And it affects so many people from all different backgrounds, all different sizes, ages. PTSD doesn't choose its victims. Doesn't. So, I would like to make this semi-interactive because my biggest hate is for me to stand here and just talk and talk and talk. Some people can argue that fact. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a mental illness that is caused by a single or series of traumatic events. It is characterized by prolonged distress after the event. Trauma can occur through physical threat of life or through psychological trauma, either towards themselves or witnessing it happen to another person. A history of mental illness and how a person experiences a distressing event can influence whether a person develops PTSD. Alright, so PTSD is mostly targeted at people who have been through traumatic events. Alright, traumatic events could include trauma in childhood, neglect in childhood, abuse in childhood. It could be breakups throughout people's lives, experiencing loss. Death can cause PTSD. You know, everybody used to associate PTSD with war. People going off, risking their lives, experiencing some horrific experiences, and witnessing some terrible, vile, agonizing things. And for those people, veterans and servicemen and women, you know, you hear about them. They come back different people from who they are when they went in. But anybody can experience PTSD. All it takes is a tragedy, a tragic moment, a moment of fear, a moment of anguish, of terror, to develop PTSD. So, PTSD, the re-experiencing of the event through nightmares, flashbacks, and distressing memories. Who here has experience with PTSD? Say me and enter into local chat. I bet there are people out there who have suffered PTSD and don't even know it. I'm a me, by the way. Here's my me in local chat. Imagine that. Nightmares. Probably years after the event. Haunting nightmares. I must warn you now, if I'm triggering anybody, then please mute your sound. Yes, a lifetime for some. All it takes is a moment in someone's life. A moment that then they carry with them forever. Forever. Alright? Flashbacks. A person minding their own business, taking their kids to school, doing the dishes, washing the car. Just takes a second. Just takes a memory. Anything to jog the memory. Anything that rings that bell. And they're right there again. Right back there. Distressing memories. We all go to bed every night with our memories to keep us warm. But for some people, those memories aren't so warm. Terrible, terrible thing. Another way, PTSD, another symptom is avoidant behaviors, such as avoiding people, places, or things that remind them of the event. Avoiding people, avoiding places. That sounds like a prison to me. A prison inside people's heads. All because of it. Possibly one period of their life. Right. Yes. Lala's in, or a safe place. Yep. Some people have dissociative symptoms such as feeling numb, memory loss. If I was going through PTSD, memory loss for some may not be such a bad thing. And I'm speaking entirely on the premise of PTSD. I am not discrediting memory loss whatsoever or the other corresponding health conditions that come with memory loss. Alright. Intense emotional reactions when reminded of the event. So I guess we could tie that in with other things, right? Symptoms of depression, anxiety. There you go. Kiliaya is in with, I am actually surprised because all you are saying rings a bell, and I would never have said I had PTSD. Now I'm not so sure. Sprout comes in with burying an event for decades, and the heck of remembering. Luther. Took him years to figure out what was happening to him. Yeah. So, depression and anxiety. If someone's had a flashback, or someone is having terrible, terrible dreams, what does that do to a person? What does that do to a person? So I suppose we can revisit depression and anxiety, despair. Horrible, horrible thing. Some people experience physical sensations, such as increased heart rate, dizziness, shortness of breath, and feeling of loss of control. Affects the body too. Just like alcoholism, anxiety, depression, BPD, DID. Doesn't stop there. Does not stop there. It's ravaging. Because not only are you experiencing these barbaric things in your brain and in your mind and affecting your body, but it affects your mood. It affects your attitude towards life. Or affects your daily living and, sadly, in some cases, your quality of life. Yes, Luther, family. Family. Sometimes it's not just the victim. Sometimes family comes off worse. Ugly. Ugly. Heart rate. Of course, it brings the blood pressure up. Physical effects. Shortness of breath. Wake up from a bad dream. Sweat's pouring from you. Hands are shaking. You've soaked the bed in sweat. Horrible. Treatment for PTSD. Some of those things include psychotherapy and counseling. I'm a big advocate of that. Talk to somebody. Talk to anybody. But talk about it. If you're in a household with somebody with PTSD, or you are that person of the household with PTSD, your family, your friends, your work colleagues, nobody knows what's going on inside your head. And I suppose it can also trigger a lot of anger loss of patience. Nobody knows until you tell them. There you go, Lala. Dark chocolate and jazz helps. Whatever works, right? No one knows what you're going through unless you tell them. Big take home here. You cannot be expected, you can't expect people to know what's going on in your head and why you're suffering and why you're feeling sad and all the ugliness that's going on around you until you talk. I've heard extreme cases of PTSD where people have experienced a trauma. They never spoke again. It's a serious thing, folks. Serious. You must communicate, especially to your loved ones. And if you feel you cannot do that, then seek a therapist. Come talk to us at the circle. And I know that seems really superficial for somebody suffering. Talk to people. Coming hand in hand with that is CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Something I worked with for 4 years. It's talking, exploring. It is really the typical go to a therapist and tell them your life story, telling them about your childhood, telling them how you've come to be there sat in front of them to that present day. Took me 4 years to get to the end. Talk to people. Medications. Medications is another one. I am pro-med. However, I cannot put my beliefs on anybody else. But I am pro-med. And there are all kinds of alternative meds should you choose to take them, should you choose to embark on those journeys. But there are also people out there who are non-believers in medication. And those people need to be respected too. However we combat any of these conditions, they will be met with the utmost support. Okay? Sometimes medication's not for everybody. Still a lot of stigma around medication. Lastly, peer support, as it would happen. Talk to people. There are a lot of organizations now in real life. For example, here in my town we have what's called Andy's Man Club. Okay, big shout out to them here in Fife. There's a lot of stigma about men asking for help, about breaking free of the stigma and the expectations of how a man should be, how a woman should be, how anybody should be. And that's the purpose of this weekend, is to combat stigma. Everybody is the same. All right. PTSD, horrible. And I do believe that my guys at Circle Mental Health have knowledge in this area. Now, we are not professors, okay? People that come into Circle Mental Health, as I said, there's a lot of specialized groups of people who don't want us till they need us. And I am very confident that the mentoring team could give you some advice on that, could give you that support, is at least basically trained in this condition. Enough to put a fire out, I would hope. Minka's in. Don't self-medicate, you'll get into a vicious cycle. Get help first. Great advice. Great advice. Self-medicating. I'm not going to judge anybody here. Not here to judge however anybody gets through their pain. But please, please, please get help. Alright. Any questions for me based on PTSD? Anybody? No question is a stupid question. Luther, he says, for me it's about going past coping towards healing, a little bit at a time. Deb's in with, if they made a pill to wipe it away, I wouldn't take it. Luther's right, little bit at a time. They say time heals all things. Don't think it heals it. I think time, I don't know, makes it more bearable, do you think? The longer you live with something, the easier it gets. Who would agree with me on that? Luther again, it's kind of lesson you need to repeat over and over. Miss Cora, I don't think time heals, but I do think it allows to learn to cope better. Minka, time never healed me, just gave me a better coping skills to manage and accept it. And therein lies the key, coping skills. Coping skills is something that we go over in our weekly meetings at Circle. Distress tolerance, coping skills. First aid kits, vital. Yeah, Deb says time doesn't heal, but it gives coping skills. Coping skills. Oh yeah, hoping skills. Why is that not a thing? Hoping skills. Absolutely. Alright, before I wrap up on PTSD, I think this is a huge chunk to cover. Anybody that would like to say anything? Anybody would like to share their experience? Don't be frightened of us streaming on YouTube. I don't need to read it aloud, but those of us among us in Second Life right now, if they'd like to share, you absolutely can. Alright, Deb's happy to share with us. that she has extreme PTSD from childhood trauma. You and me both. High five. How do you cope, Deb? What kind of coping mechanisms do you use? What gets you through it? Art. Awesome. And music, yes, music. Music is the best thing ever. Music. Cora was in. Another thing to remember to not invalidate yourself. Just because your experience might seem less severe than others, it is still valid. Yes. Don't be intimidated by other people's symptoms or what other people have gone through. Yours is equally as important because it's yours. Be selfish in this. It's not a competition. Who has the biggest and best PTSD? Who has the most stories to tell? Minka, and again, hugs to all my brothers and sisters. We're still here. We're learning and admitting we're okay at the moment. I'm okay. Thank you, Sheridan. Being okay sometimes is the best we're gonna get. Who here agrees with me? Just being okay. It's the most underrated feeling, the most underrated response we could give a person for those of us who really struggle. I know it doesn't seem the most exciting word, the most exciting response, the most liberating. But if I talk to somebody and they say, hey, Sherry, I'm okay. Okay. I'm okay too. Okay then. Alrighty. Carla, I have CPTSD coping skills. Coping is a skill and I learned. Well done, Carla. Anybody with any mental health condition, we're forever learning. We're forever learning what it is, what this thing is that does this to us. We will never be done learning because I think in life is a journey and we're forever learning ourselves. Sprout is in. I don't describe in detail what caused mine because even thinking about it, but both childhood trauma and military experience. I agree with the sentiment of getting help fast. If you internalize it for too long, you can develop major health issues. That's right. Indeed. Doesn't just start with PTSD. That's just the start. It's the tip of the iceberg. It's what comes after. What you have to live with. What you have to deal with every day. People that hear the term PTSD, BPD, DID, they have no clue the depth of what that means to us and the struggles that we combat every day. Minka, I used to tell my shrink I was doing great. She'd laugh and say, stop lying. How are you really feeling? I learned it's okay to say I'm okay. It took me years to say that. I'm okay. Minka, that is a great shrink. That is a great shrink right there. I wish there were more like them. I've got a little placard up in the satellite store over there with the how are you really? Anybody can ask how are you? because they're waiting for the monotonous, generic response that they get. I'm okay, thanks. You? But to add that emphasis on really, how are you really? That's a that's a whole different kettle of fish than asking a person, how are you? How was your day? Fine, yes. The typical response, I am fine. There's an old joke that a lot of spouses, partners fear that word. I am fine. How are you? Fine. Yeah, Hannah's in I am sporadicus. Yeah. Cora is in. I often tell people when I meet them, I am not asking how they are as a greeting, that I actually mean how are you? How many people meet people in Second Life or in the street, say, how are you doing? How many people would be shocked to say that, oh, hi, how you doing? And then getting a flap or a panic. Somebody comes back, actually, I'm not doing so well at all. Please help me. Ugh, hot potato, what do I do with that? I was just saying hello. How are you's become part of hello. It's a greeting. It's not a question. It's a greeting. Cora. Cora would be so glad if they just told you the truth. Told her the truth. But then again, Cora's a mentor. So yeah, she's programmed. Minka, I sometimes flippantly reply, do you want to know? Do you really want to know? No. Okay. See the price of cheese this month. Did you go to your daughter's graduation? Oh, I did. Did you see what dress she was wearing? It's a greeting. Nobody cares. How many people, especially in clubs in SL, somebody comes in your box and says, hey, how are you? How are you doing? How many of us respond to that anymore? Because we think that someone's just using you as a means to an end. How are you doing? Alright, anybody have anything to say before I move on? Minka, if it's a stranger, I just say hi back. Almost none of them really talk past you're cute, love the skirt, hi. Yes, Second Life in all its glory. Cute avatar. I like your skirt. Hi, how are you? hmm I suppose it can be very deceptive. Um, but yeah, all of the how are yous that come out my mouth is because I give a damn. Sprout, if it's someone I trust and know they want to know, I will tell them. And else it's a greeting. Deb, if they don't go beyond that, I hang up. Amma, she comes in and says, hi, how are you? Gives me ASL vibes from early chat days. Who remembers that? ASL, age, sex, location. Yeah. Which comes in part and part of some elements of Second Life. We can't get away from it. Lala, she usually answers, uh, thankful because I am thankful I am no longer having the pain I had coming out of a coma. Well, that's certainly an improvement, Lala, I'm sure. I'm sorry to hear you had to go through that. Rubella, I have auto response on, and if they get past the mushroom, they will be answered back. Yes, autoresponders here in Second Life, a grand thing. Mine's is constantly set to, and it shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. AFK. Um, but yes, that's really something I should work on while I'm covering this topic. Yeah, not good, is it? Not good for business. Alright, so, any other questions before we move on to OCD? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Pieces. Nope. Behave or Sherry's going to marry someone off. Yes. I'm a terrible matchmaker. Even for myself sometimes. Yeah, matchmaking. Okay. Right. Oh god. Okay. So, let's move on. OCD. Obsessive compulsive disorder. Show of hands for OCD, please. Me. Let me get my me in there. I'm surprised so little of you. I'm a suspected, unconfirmed. Deb doesn't know. Okay, so obsessive compulsive disorder, most commonly known as OCD, is a mental illness marked by excessive fears and reoccurring unwanted thoughts that evolve into obsessions. These obsessions often lead to repetitive behaviors called compulsions, such as counting, hand washing, or cleaning, aimed at alleviating these thoughts. While those actions may provide momentary relief, the relief does not last, leading to significant distress for the individual. At the same time, not performing these rituals can cause distress due to fear of consequences of not performing these compulsions. Many people with OCD are aware that their obsessions and compulsives are irrational, but still feel unable to stop. Stress can increase the severity of symptoms. Sound familiar to anybody? Alright, let's move on. Symptoms. Symptoms. Persistent, intrusive thoughts that are unwanted, including unpleasant images that can be distressing to the sufferer. So, let's get down to it. OCD, the proverbial OCD, the stereotypical OCD. Christ, I've left the cooker on. Did I check it? Did I really check it? I'm just gonna go downstairs just to see, just this one time. One more time. Am I sure? Did I stare at it long enough to take a photographic memory that those cooker knobs are off? Should I go back again just to check? Yeah, I should. I've got myself settled here in bed, laying here, about to go to sleep. But did I really check it? Take care. Thank you for coming. Did I lock that door? I mean, I know I wanted to. I know I thought about locking the door. But did I put the key in? Do I remember putting the key in? I know myself. Usually I would check the handle, but I don't remember doing that. There's a group of people who don't like germs. I don't like germs. Don't know anybody who does. But OCD magnifies that. I have this battle daily, but I've usually chalked it up to my diagnosed ADHD. Again, it can come hand in hand. Hand washing. This is a big one for a lot of people. Make sure they've got all the germs off their hands. And it's not just normal hand washing. I mean, is a squirt of soap enough? How many times do you go over your hands when you're washing them? Turn off the tap and walk away. I know of instances, again, this could be deemed a trigger, so for those who are triggered by harm or scalding, please, please, please mute now. Yes. They say hot water kills germs. How hot does the water need to be to get the germs off? How many times are you counting? How many times you're wrapping your hand around the other? Rubbing your hands together so frantically? How much squishes of soap does it need? There's a word, Scottish word, squish. How many pumps of soap is enough? How horrible must it be for someone to be washing their hands in such a state that they're not convinced? They cannot convince themselves that those hands are clean. Cleaning. Who is a compulsive cleaner? Bunch of me's, please. I'm getting not me's. For some people, cleaning is a factor. Everybody's house proud. Everybody wants their homes or kitchens to be clean. But for some people, how clean do they have to be? Hmm? How acceptable is a ring underneath a mug? Sitting watching TV, you spy a rug, crumb on the rug. How long do you let it live? How long does it get to stay there? Trying to get into this movie, trying to settle, trying to keep the plot. I still see it. Still there. Goading me, bothering me. This is from experience, ladies and gentlemen, everybody. How long do I let it sit there? My blind's at the window. Sitting crooked. Just a little bit. Not that anybody would notice. But I notice. I'm gonna ignore it. It's not bothering me. Not gonna let a little blind bother me. Could sit there, so what? Still there. Still there. I'm gonna have to get up after I've made myself all cozy, wrapped myself in a blanket, got myself a coffee, sitting with all the room remotes round about me where they should be. Got my 2 kids, one at either side, and we're all cozy. We're all cuddled in. But I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna disrupt the whole lot. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna fix that blind. I used to work in a supermarket in real life. Yes, I did. Loved it. Best job I ever had. Wish I was still there. I used to have a locker. And of course, no mobile phones on the shop floor, no purses, no personal effects. So I would stick it all in my locker. Safe there. Got a key. It's locked. Who's going to steal from me anyway? These people are my friends. Shove it all in. Take a little look. Make sure everything's in its little place. Shut the locker and I'll lock it. Should be enough, right? It's locked. I've watched myself do it. Takes out the key. Glances again. Do you know what? I'm going to give that locker a little couple of pushes. I'm going to give it a little press to check its resilience. Gives it a little push. Still locked. Okay. I feel good. I feel settled. Off I go. I walk through the warehouse. Sometimes I don't even make it through the warehouse. Walk through the warehouse onto the shop floor. Did I lock that locker? Or did I get caught up chatting with somebody and I've left it wide open? How big of a deal would it be if it was left open? What are they gonna do? Steal my purse? Take my phone? I better go check. Better go check. I start at 9 and it's 4 minutes to. I've got time. I'll go back. Check it again. Give it a couple of presses. Yep. I do this until I'm about 10 minutes late to be on my checkout. The tannoy is calling me. This locker. It's me against you, pal. Are you locked or aren't you? Who else can relate to that in any way, shape, or form? Could be anything. Could be a locker. Could be an iron. Could be a cooker. Could be a door. Could be gas. Car doors. For some people, the struggle is real. Yes, misalignment drives me nuts. If this candle's not in sync with the other candle, that's it. Nobody watches a movie. Self-doubt is the biggest thing with OCD as well. Self-doubt. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust your own judgment. Could there be anything worse than that? Not believing your own self. Okay, Cora's in. I don't have OCD, but when I was closing the store I worked in, I had to check I locked the door 3 times or more and even fret about it at night. Yep, sounds about right. Minka, the locker always seems to win. I check my phone like 20 times in 5 minutes. Every time I get somewhere, making sure I lock the car via the app. hmm Are we at a stage, ladies and gentlemen, where we don't trust ourselves? We don't believe ourselves? I mean, sure, all of us with various conditions don't believe others, have difficulty trusting things, trusting people, trusting words. But when it's to the extent that you're not trusting yourself, that's OCD. Let's see. Fear of consequences of not performing these compulsions, and distress if they cannot be carried out. If I don't do this, this may happen. If I don't check this door 3 times, burglars sure as hell gonna go for my door. I might as well leave it unlocked. I might as well leave it open if I've not checked it that 3rd time, 4th time, 5th time. If I don't have to go back and check it again. Bunch of fairies just gonna walk in my door and dance around in the living room, and I can't do a thing to stop them because I didn't lock that door. They're up there jumping on my bed. Or worse. OCD is all about the consequence of not performing an act. If I don't do this, I know this is wrong. Deep down inside, I know this is wrong, and I know I've done these things. I know this is wrong, and I know. But what if I haven't done these things? Will I be punished in some way? If I don't get to do these things, I'm in distress. I have a brother. Yes, I do. He checks his handbrake at least 20 times before we get out the car. I know I've done these things. He gets out the car, locks it, comes away, looks back at it, thinks about it, and keeps walking. And then he stops. And he lies to me. I've left my wallet in the car. Left my phone in the car. He's checking that handbrake again. And I'm standing there and, you know, I'm eager to get to the shops or whatever, and I'm eager to get where I'm going, and I lose patience. I laugh at him. Shake my head at him. But I know what he's doing, and I know why. And I do it just with different things. Yes, I should be a little more understanding. But it's real. I mean, think about our compulsions. How much time does that take from our lives? How much time does it take? How much time do we allow it to have? Deb says, if I don't stay home and take care of my husband, then he may hurt himself or have an accident. The fear is real. I can understand that. Hubby's at home, you're out running errands. Do you call him, Deb? Call him? Go back early? Yeah. She says, he don't need me, but I feel the need. And she stays home with him. OCD manifests itself in lots and lots of ways. Some people, I don't know, some people cross their fingers. Some people wiggle their toes. Doesn't all need to be cookers and kettles. Manifests itself in so many ways. But it all boils down to the same thing. All boils down to the same thing. Okay, so treatment for OCD includes, okay, CBT again, cognitive behavioral therapy, talking therapy. Cora's come in. I used to count the lines on the road when driving as a passenger to determine the outcome of things. Counting. It's a big one. Counting. The list is endless. But okay, treatment for OCD includes cognitive behavioral therapy, talking therapy, discovering through talking where did it start, where could it have started, what happened to make it start. Can we recall the first time those urges came upon us? You know, when was the first time? When did we start doing that? When did that become a thing? When did it no longer become a choice? You know? There is such a thing as exposure and response prevention, ERP. And it is as it sounds. It's exposing ourselves either within a group with a mental health care professional. We expose ourselves and then we observe our own behavior. We document our behavior. We journal our behavior. I don't know anybody who else has OCD, but if someone came into my house or I was sat in an office and they took the phone off the hook, an old-fashioned phone with a wire, took the phone off the hook and just left it sitting there. If they came and opened the door half ajar, they spilled things on the floor. Tell you, I wouldn't last. How horrible would that be? Sounds like a horrible experience, right? But from what I understand and what literature I have read, it's actually a big support. Okay, if we run away from things and we continue to feed the beast, that is our compulsions, and we feed it and we feed it and we satisfy it. Doesn't matter if it's making us late, doesn't matter if it's inconveniencing our family. If we're exposed to it with an observant, or even observing ourselves, we expose ourselves to it. What are we doing? What's our hands doing? What's our feet doing? We bouncing the knee? We biting the nails? We staring at the object? Can we be distracted by something else? Can we not do it? Just not do it. It's a choice, right? Surely we have a choice whether or not to engage with this or not. We have control. This crumb on the rug's not going to control my life, spoil my movie with my kids. It is something I would definitely recommend, exposure and response, because then not only are you being exposed to it, that you're learning about yourself. instead of immediately scratching the itch, immediately doing the thing that you need to do in order to feel better, for you to breathe a sigh of relief and the world to make sense once more. Expose yourself to it. Check out your responses. Learn your responses in order to prevent it the next time. Rebella is in my case, establishing routine has helped a lot. Routine. Is it friend or foe? For Rebella, it helps. But OCD is governed by routine. Every morning you get up at 8 sharp. Brush your teeth till 8:05. Let your dog out for precisely a half hour. Make it to the office by past. Give yourself time to get there, organize, put your lunch in the fridge, chat to your colleagues. Dinner time at exactly 12 o'clock. Because that's what you always do, right? That's what you've always done. 5 to 12, somebody wants to talk to you, wants to grab you away, wants to steal you for a minute. 12 o'clock is lunch. You like to go and pick out your favorite chair and table. A little bit of cliche, but who has seen the movie Rain Man? The character played by Dustin Hoffman. He has autism. He's an autistic savant. But there's many traits in that character. He has to watch TV shows at a certain time, or else. You physically see him in the movie Distressed. He starts to rock, he starts to chant. His mind and body cannot contemplate that this is not going to happen when it should. Imagine your life being governed by that. Rebella, yes, positive routines, like like really deleting the old routines and establishing new ones, yes. Building healthy routines. Managing your routines. But when does a routine become a compulsion? I would imagine personally that it must be incredibly difficult from it being a thing that you just a little quirk, yeah, this is a thing I do, to this is a thing that I must do, or else nothing can continue until this is done. And I know that I'm repeating myself and I'm ruminating. Medication. Medication, again, could be a solution. Could be enough to alleviate symptoms. I'm a believer. Whatever it takes to make these things stop, right? And I am in favor of all things and everything as long as it is not dangerous or harmful. At Circle Mental Health, we stand by the quote, do no harm. So I'm not going to deny anybody nor encourage anybody to do what they need to do in order for them to alleviate their symptoms. However, as long as they keep themselves safe, practice self-care, who am I to judge? All right, Minka, thank you for your contributions. Pleasure to have you here. Keep in touch. All right, so both of these, post-traumatic stress disorder and OCD, there are many others, and I wish I had all the seminars in the world to talk to you about them. Sadly, I don't. But I will. We do have a resource library. Yes, we do in Circle Mental Health. We have a space where you can go in there and all of these things are on our wall, just a click away. Click them. The work was done again by our lovely Cora and one of our new mentors, Kate. Put a lot of work into that. There was always one there, but needed updating. So the girls went ahead and they did that, and I'm forever thankful. On our wall, as I said, resource library, all of these different things, all of these different mental health conditions. Give it a click, get a note card, sit in the cafe, familiarize yourself, acquaint yourself, probably recognize yourself. And in those note cards are also places to get help in real life, advice lines. There are also URLs for different websites, where to find help, where to find distress tolerance. Um, so yes, I know now that this is nearing the end of this um, conference. And I would hope that myself and the other seminarists, the other speakers, have done justice to this so important month of the year. A time where we can come together and share our information, share our own stories, share where to get help, how to find it. All right. I am so incredibly thankful to be given the opportunity today to bring forth Circle Mental Health to a wider community. Because yeah, we do not bad on traffic. You know, our awareness is out there. We've got information boards out there. But this has been tremendous, enormous for our organization. And for those of you who have been here throughout the weekend, I'm sorry that you haven't had much diversity other than my voice. But I'm looking and there's still quite a crowd here, and I'm thankful. You've stayed with us to the end. So what I would like to do now is remind people that these t-shirts behind me, Cora's sweat, blood and tears have gone into those t-shirts to make sure that everyone has one for their size and their body. The hours she's meticulously gone through, not having much resources. Those cups could be sitting in anybody's pixelated lounge or kitchen to raise awareness.
I like it. I like it so much.
Please grab a cup.
It's
Res it in your kitchen.
amazing.
Hold it when you're chatting to your friends. Please, please, click the present in the little shop over there. Join the group. Because I want to outreach to as many people as I possibly can to join my group. Yes. I don't want to be twisting hands, twisting arms, holding guns. I shouldn't say that. please join our group. If you need help or want to offer help. If you choose not to, please remember us. We're not going anywhere. So, with that, I want to remind you again of the fishbowl. Here to my right, in front of the group joiner. Please jump in that fishbowl for your chance to win the last 1,000 Linden gift card donated to us from Resroom. It's a great prize, and I'm sure 1,000 Lindens will go a long way for you choosing your perfect companion, courtesy of this event. Any closing statements? Questions for me before I move on? Do some tidying up. Any questions, comments, complaints? Here now, wait a minute, you can't say that, Sherry's. Anybody? Have you all enjoyed this weekend here at Belisseria? Lots of take-homes, I hope. Whether it's from me, the Lighthouse, virtual ability, I hope that you have enough to go away and say, hey, I know where to get that now. Alright, so let me just see. While we're tidying up, I don't want you guys up and off because Belisseria Citizens Group, Rebella, has a little something prepared for you. And I need to warn you all now. People who are sensitive and photo, whatever the word is. Anybody have difficulty being exposed to light, or yes, flashing lights. Please consider this a warning, but to anybody listening. Alright, without further ado, I would like to thank each and every one of you. Rebella, that's your cue, 2 minutes. I would like to thank every single person for coming to support us. This has been an amazing, amazing event. Alright, and I am so thankful for each and every one of you for coming. And being part of this, being part of us, and listening to me. Because this has been huge for me. So, yes, I'm going to do the raffle real quick. I'm going to announce the winner. Let me deactivate that ball. Alright. So, the winner of this last gift card for Resroom to the sum of 1,000 Lindens goes to Mal. Do we have Mal? Mal, give us a wave. Congratulations, Mal. You have won that last remaining gift voucher. Let me send that to you right now. There we go. Awesome, that's on its way over to you. For the rest of you, thank you so very much for taking part. Once again, there are other gifts over at our house if you choose to hop over there and jump in the group. Rebella, thank you so much for making this happen. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for your support and, making this happen. You too, Dreamer. Big
You're
hugs
so
and
welcome.
hellos. And I'm going to pass over now to Rebella.
Before hug me. Give me a hug.
All right, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, we have that. Right, get over here. Come on, let's do it. Come on,
Hug
don't be shy.
goodbye. Thank you so
Get
much,
over
honey.
here.
It's been an honor and a
Big
pleasure.
hugs.
Thank you, everyone,
This has been
to
awesome.
the circle.
Hi, Rebella.
Hey.
Closing off my mic now. Your turn. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is Circle Mental Health, and we're always here, and we'll see you around the grid. Over to you, Rebella.
Thank you, honey. Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure and an honor to have you all here all this weekend. Thank you, Sherry, again. Thank you, the Circle Mental Health team. You guys have been amazing. Thank you, Gentle, for joining us and presenting your virtual ability and giving us all the links. Thank you, Amy. Unfortunately, she's not here, but thank you, Amy, for her meditation insights and everything that she has brought to the table. Um, I prepared the speech tonight, but I'm not going to be able to read because, yeah, my brain is not in that place. I wanted to thank you all from on behalf of the Belisseria Citizens group. It's been a pleasure, it's been an honor, and we couldn't have been happy with the outcome of this. I hope you guys have had a blast too, and I hope that this is going to be one of a long, long, long line of events of this kind. And yeah, please join the groups. Please stay aware of the information that is going to be shared. As Sherry mentioned, they have a lot of events going on at the circle. Gentle mentioned as well that they have a lot of events there. Please visit their satellite stores in here and take all the information that you need. And do not hesitate to contact any of them if you have extra questions or if you want to just participate in any of their events. Yes, I hope that we are going to meet each other again into the same formation, maybe even more people that are going to join the workshops and want to contribute to such events like this one. Um, our next event is going to be in June. I hope we are going to see a lot of Sherry and a lot of Gentle and a lot of Amy again in here. If not, we are going to be probably or most likely meeting at the SLB 21 um, and
Yes.
all the other events that are coming because I know that the circle is going to be present in there too. And yeah, um, hopefully, we are going to be able to put something amazing and as huge as this one together for Halloween because yep, everyone loves Halloween and especially Belisarians are crazed about Halloween. So why not? We are going to have about 3 weeks of events here. So please, guys, please let us know of your plans and to see if we can work them together. I want also to thank Puddles and the Space Unicorn TV team. Guys, you have been amazing. You have been working miracles this weekend for us. We couldn't have done it without you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to be meeting with you at other events as well. I also wanted to thank my sis, Dreamer, because she allowed me to go crazy with this event in here. And she put up with me with everything that I wanted to do. So, yeah. Okay. What I want to say as well, yeah. Please turn your thank you, Pablo. Please turn your wind lights to midnight if you want, and let us enjoy some fireworks. Yep. Are you guys ready? Okay. Let us know if you have your midnight on, because we're going to go ahead. Please try not to fly too close to the fireworks because we don't have any emergency numbers in here. And here we
I've got
go.
them all. Emergency services, we're all set.
Okay, so you're gonna call 911 if needed be.
Dialing.
And here we go. Woohoo.